Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I have a fun video, at least I think it will be fun, and it is the reread, rewrite, or burn tag. So kind of similar to Kiss, Marry, Kill, a little bit different. So I have in this very cute Hello Lovely box mug, I have the titles of all of the 5-star reads that I have had within like the last 6 months in here, so I wanted to make this a little bit difficult, so we're only going to be taking books that I really like, and we're gonna make me choose if I would reread, rewrite, or burn it. And I'm also wearing my Hello Lovely Box cropped hoodie. I love it very much. I am a rep for them. My discount code is in the description if you ever want to pick something up. So we're going to pick 3 titles from my jar, and then it's gonna be maybe it will be a hard choice. Okay, so I have 3. Oh no. We have Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. We have Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. Oh my gosh, I can't even. This is terrible. I'm fine. Excuse you. I can't make noises like that, I guess. So, our last one is Still by Kennedy Ryan. So, if you are new here, these are 3 of my all-time favorite books. They are not only 5-star reads, these are 6-star reads. These are the best of the best for me. These are my 3 of my favorite books of all time. I could, like, literally, this is so full. Right here, see? And I picked those 3 favorites. Ugh, the pain. The pain. Okay, let me go grab them so you can see the covers. Okay, I'm back. So we have Birthday Girl, we have Still, and we have Indigo. Okay, so this is really hard, but if you know me at all, you know which one I'm going to reread, and that is Still by Kennedy Ryan. This is my all-time favorite book. Nothing beats this book for me. This is a perfect, beautiful, epic romance between a black man who is a rapper and a white woman who is his manager. This is the last book in the series. I love and adore this book with all of my heart and soul, so this would definitely be a reread. I also actually want to reread this just because I feel like it's just so good. It's just so good. So this was a no-brainer. If Still was going to show up, it was going to be a reread. You knew that. Okay, so then we have these 2. And actually, I would rewrite this, Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. Not that it's not perfect, because it is, but I would have more of the caretaking scene in here because that was my favorite part. I loved it so much. It was beautiful, it was romantic, it was sexy. I could have read a whole book about that. So if I have to choose which one to rewrite, it would be this one. Which means that we would burn this, which makes me very sad because I love this book so much. But these 2 hit me emotionally on a whole nother level. So if you don't know what Indigo is about, this is about a black woman who was an enslaved person and she is now free. She used to work in the indigo fields and she has her palm stained indigo. She is helping the Underground Railroad at this time, and one of the big operatives for the Underground Railroad is injured. His name is the Black Daniel, or Galen, and she ends up taking care of him and nursing him back to health from an injury. And there's a lot more to this plot than that, but that is the gist of it. It is a beautiful, heartbreaking, lovely story. This is actually the Rake Appreciation Society book for June, so if you haven't read it, read it with us. And then I think everybody knows about Birthday Girl, but if you don't, this is an age gap, older man, younger woman, her boyfriend's dad, a little bit of a taboo, but mostly just a really beautiful, swoony romance. I still dearly love this book, but if I have to burn one of these, it's gotta be this one, because I cannot burn this. And no way, no, absolutely not. Okay, That was very painful. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see. So, maybe that will be the hardest decision that we will have. Let's pick 3 more. This is not fair either. This is not fair. This is a bad idea. Whose idea was it to only pick 5-star reads for this? Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna get the books and then I will tell you what we got. This one is also very painful. Okay, like I don't know how to do this. Okay, so we have Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan. This is the 3rd book in her Hoop series. This is about Keenan, who is a basketball player, and there's a little bit of an age gap between him and Lotus. And she is a little bit of... She's dealing with some trauma. Keenan is dealing with some trauma and really trying to recover from the damage that happened to him when his wife cheated on him, and it is their romance. It is lovely and beautiful, and I adore this book very much. And then we have one of my all-time favorite books of the year, and again, it is by Kennedy Ryan, and it is The Rebel King. This is my favorite book in the series. I love this series so much. I love this couple. This is about Maxim and Lennox, who meet in the Kingmaker when Lennox is just a teenager. She is Native American. She's protesting the drilling of her sacred land, and Maxim is the son of the man who is doing the drilling. So there's a lot that happens in this book, but it really revolves around their completely epic romance, and Maxim is one of my favorite heroes ever, and I just adore the way he loves Lennox. Okay, the last book. The last book is Wolf Song by TJ Klune. I'm about to cry, okay? So, if you know me at all, I think you are probably gonna guess what I'm gonna do. So, the book that I would reread is Wolf Song. I adore this book. This is one of my all-time favorite books. I think it is pretty much a perfectly beautiful, powerful, emotional romance between... It's a male-male romance, so we have Joe and Ox. Ox is 16 when he meets Joe. Joe is just a little boy. Ox has been really mistreated and abused by his father. He doesn't feel like he has any worth. He ends up finding this werewolf pack family that Joe is a part of and finds his real family there. This is a very emotional and heavy but ultimately hopeful and just beautifully compelling book. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I'm going to reread this and not touch it because it's perfection. And I feel like you could reread this book over and over again and still get something out of it. So I would reread this. That probably doesn't surprise you. I have to burn one of these. What? Okay, so I would rewrite this one. Not that it's not perfect, because it is, but I would just put some more... I feel like one of the things I love about this book is how protective Maxim is over Lennox. Like, I'd just eat that up, and I would just have more, because I can never have enough of that. So I would rewrite that with more protectiveness. You know? Not that it's not perfect, because it is. Which means that I would burn this. And this is a difficult choice, right? I don't want to burn this ever, but of those 3, this is my least favorite, but it's still a favorite. This is still a 5+ star read for me. I'm so sorry, Keenan. I'm so sorry. It's a good thing this is just a pretend game, am I right? Okay, let's do some more and see how much more we can break my heart, okay? Let's see. Oh. Eh. Okay, I got 3. I'm gonna go get the books. I'll be right back. Okay, are you ready to hear who I picked? Okay, so we have Wicked and the Wallflower by Sarah McLean, Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin, Dark Needs at Night's Edge by Cressley Cole. These are three of my favorite books of all time. I love them. They're very different, but oh, I love them. This is a paranormal romance, part of her Immortals After Dark series. This is about a rogue, dangerous vampire and the woman he falls in love with who is a ghost. It's beautiful, achingly romantic, and I think this is a book apart in her series. It is just such a beautifully compelling story, and I loved it so much. So maybe that tells you what my directions are. However, we also have Wicked and the Wallflower, which was not my first Sarah McLean book, but this was the book that I read by her where I was like completely won over by her writing ability, and this is when she became a favorite author of mine. So I love this book, but I'm also deeply sentimental about it. This is about a wallflower, Felicity, who makes a deal with Wicked, the Wicked and the Wallflower devil, who wants to get her wed to a duke. But of course they end up falling in love. And then Sea of Ruin is a pirate romance. This is a dark romance about Bennett, who is a female pirate, and her estranged husband who wants to come back and get her back, but he has also broken her heart and has been unfaithful to her. And then we also have the Commodore Ashley captain, the sea captain, who is out to capture Bennett, the pirate, the female pirate. So, okay, these three books. Well. This is so hard, okay? Because, like, I just don't know. Okay, so I think I would reread this only because I read this sort of when I was just beginning to embrace that I was a romance reader for like the third time in my life, you know? Like, I've gone through phases where I've been a proud romance reader, and phases where I've been a closet romance reader, and phases where I've been like a lit fic snob, you know? So when I found this book last year is when I really started to fully embrace that I love romance books proudly and read them in public, step backs and everything, and oh no. So this book means a lot to me, and I would just really like to reread it because I think it would be really interesting to see what I get from it now after having read so many more and really sort of had my mind broadened and expanded to what this genre is capable of. I think I would really be able to pick up a lot from this, and I would really actually love to do that. I think now that I'm doing this, I think that would be fun. Would that be a fun reading vlog, to reread all of the books that I picked to reread? I don't know, maybe not, because I'm sure I've vlogged about them all at some point. So I would reread that one. So that means, of course, I would have to rewrite this, but honestly, like, I don't even know what I would change about this, because to me, this was just so perfect. This was perfect. This was a perfect blend of Cressley's. This is probably the least bonkers of all of her books, even though it is a romance with a vampire and a ghost. And I love the hero in this, like, ugh. So I think the thing I would rewrite about this is maybe just up the angst a little bit between Conrad and Noemi. Even though it's very angsty. So I guess I would rewrite this one. But I know I could not write better books than these people. So that means I would burn this. And the only reason I picked this is just because, like, this isn't one of my favorite books. I feel like it is very emotionally powerful, but it is one of the most draining books that I have ever read, and honestly, thinking about rereading it sort of makes me feel like not happy. Like, I feel like that would be a traumatic reading experience, you know, because of what happens to Bennett in here. It's pretty traumatic, and I don't know that I would want to reread it. So, but I still love it, and it's still a 5-star read. So that one wasn't quite as difficult as I thought it was going to be, but it was still fairly difficult, you know? Okay, so that is 3 sets of books we have done. Should we do at least one more? Okay. Let's see. Oh no! Ah. Oh no. Okay. Let me grab these books. This is maybe the hardest one yet. I don't like this game anymore. This is very traumatic. I love these 3 books. Okay, so I picked Waiting for a Scot Like You by Ava Leigh. This is a older woman, younger man historical romance between a woman who is a widow now, and she is going to try and live her best life. She is on her way to an orgy, and she is escorted by Captain McCameron, who is a younger Scotsman, and it is their romance. And it is so fun and so beautiful, and I love it so much. And then we have Darling Beast by Elizabeth Hoyt. This is a damaged hero romance with a man who was beaten and has become mute and sort of has become reclusive with that, and he falls in love with the premier actress of London at that time, who also has a young little boy, and it is their romance, and it is lovely and sweet and one of my favorite books of the year. And then we have Scoundrel of My Heart by Lorraine Heath, which is also one of my favorite historical romances of the year. This is about a couple who are a little bit antagonistic at first, and she's friends with his sister. He is the second son, so he will not inherit the dukedom. The heroine in this book needs to marry a duke to get an inheritance, and there is some trauma that happens to our hero when he is cast out of London society, and they try and make their way back together. I feel like this book was deeply romantic, and I really, really, really loved it and enjoyed it. So this is very, very difficult, because these are 3 of my top historical romances for the year. 2 of them are new releases, and 1 of them is new to me, so this hurts me. This literally causes me physical pain. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Which one would I reread? Well, this is so hard. I don't know. Oh my heck. Okay, okay. I think I would reread Scoundrel of My Heart by Lorraine Heath, only because this was a beautiful romance, and I felt like there was so much pining on the case of the hero, and there was a lot of longing and a lot of like holding back feelings, so when they finally got together it was just so beautiful and compelling. And I remember this book gave me butterflies, which doesn't always happen when I read romances, and I would love to relive that experience because it was just so great. I really loved it, so I would reread this one. And then I would rewrite this one. Although I really enjoyed this one too. Like, I feel like this one is pretty much perfect. And I think if there was something that I wanted more of, I would say, I don't know, because the hero is very piney. Like, he really pines for her a lot. He really pines for her. I don't know what exactly I would change to this, other than I would maybe want her to, well, I guess I would maybe want them to get together a little sooner. That's probably what I would change, because I would want to see them happy together for a little longer. Now, let me explain. I chose to burn this, and that is only because I just barely read it, and I talked about it in several videos, and I feel like this is imprinted in my brain, so I have a brain memory of it. So I've got like a very good memory of how this would be. So I would not forget it, and so it would be okay to burn it. I mean, it's not okay to burn it, but it would hurt me the least. I don't know, because I love this couple too. This was very hard. This was very hard, but that's my final answer. Reread, rewrite, burn. But like, seriously, these are all 5. These are my top. I would say these are close to 6 stars, all 3 of them. Love all these books. I hate this decision. Okay, that's all. That's all the angst. That's all the angst I have for you today. I cannot choose any more of my children. Let me know if you'd like to see me do the rest of these. I'll keep these and we can play this game some other time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about my answers, if you were surprised or if you would change them and what your reasoning would be. That would be really fun. You can chat about it with me down below in the comments. I sure appreciate all of you watching this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.